There you are. Shoot! Man, it took you this long to get here. I saw you like scrolling. You were very, very, very scrupulously. Let me say that again. You were very, very scrupulously reading those texts up above. It was ridiculous. I saw you getting into it. You had all this energy. You were feeling my vibe, the ambition. Like, it was ridiculous. I'm like spitting over here myself on you. It's ridiculous, right? I like it, but that's cool because that's what I'm all about. I'm Bill Franklin, if you haven't already figured out. At the moment, I am the motivational speaker and founder of Stay Woke Society, basically this website of this page for great, ambitious-minded, and very spiritually high-flying, inclined enthusiasts out there in the world. I don't really know what I said right there about the spiritual part, but I totally mean it. I'm going with it. We're gonna fucking wing it. That's how we do it. That's kind. That said, before we actually jump into this, because I mean, like that post that you just read, was kind of, I would say it's maybe a doozy. It was amazing. There's a lot of powerful facts, a lot of scientific proof, a lot of like all that social proof and whatnot. But that said, I want to kind of keep this video simple. What are those three biggest enemies? What are the three biggest enemies that you need to be aware of, that you're going to be experiencing? At least I know I've experienced, that my mentor Jason Capital has experienced, another mentor of mine that Elliot Hulse has experienced, Dan Pena has experienced, also known as the $50 billion man, has experienced. All of these successful people like Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, like yada 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 yada. You go down the line, you have your own like personal fulfillment lifestyle coaches and business coaches and wealth coaches and billionaire mentors and millionaire mentors, whatever you want to go as. That said, I'm just a ball of energy right now and I absolutely love it. This is fun. I hope you're having fun watching me. Let me try to tone it down. So I want to be introducing a book to you right now. It's also a book recommendation, and that recommendation is this: Psycho Cybernetics. If you haven't read it already, it's basically, I'm going to give you short backstory, pre-frame of how beliefs actually form our self-image, and through that self-image, they form the way we think, and not just the way we think, but the actions that we take consistently, like on a daily basis, our decisions based off of those actions and the behaviors congruence, like going forward from that point. But I'm gonna give it to you in a very simple, like story manner, so you can like enjoy it. Does that make sense? Like, I try to keep that statement I just said right now, I try to keep that as simple as possible because I don't want to fucking bore you. I find that the more I tell you facts, it just gets boring, right? Fuck facts, because facts, although handy if you're trying to like create content like I am, but like if we're just watching a video and they have no energy and we're just telling facts and we're talking like this, and my tone goes on like this all day. The fact of the matter is that the sky is blue and that the background behind me is white. It's fucking lame. I don't want it. You don't want it. You want to fall fast the fuck asleep? Why do that? So let's tell you a story. Keep it simple. Totally related to you, how we can use it for this coming 2020, and or if not, if you're really ambitious like I am and the top VIP of Get Woke Daily, my VIP newsletter is, we'll start doing it today, tomorrow, and like just slowly kaizening or practicing these skills, lifestyle abundance skills, into our lifestyle today, so that way when 2020 comes, we have that ball rolling. We're already becoming these fearless, authentic versions of ourselves immediately. That was a mouthful. Shit. Our frequency, which means consistency, determines our frequency, meaning our energy. So, let's begin. Alright, so the point being in this part of the video is really to kind of like grasp this concept around how it is very, very fucking possible to hypnotize ourselves into buying into our own bullshit, into like believing these silly little hopeless lies that we tell ourselves, or that we allow others to just passively whisper into your ear. Or you can hear like your mom and dad, like your so-called loved ones, just like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but I've certainly experienced this in my life. But I know a lot of my other clients that I've worked with have experienced this kind of like negative environmental triggers exposure from like their family, their loved ones, with their disbeliefs in themselves. Or like if you've had a brother or something in your life who said that you can't do that because you need to go to college, and then they follow that whole like stereotypical standard 87% of average society lifestyle, like mindset. You know what I mean? That's a totally different rabbit hole. We're not gonna go down that. But the point is, it's easy to buy into that bullshit and have that that bullshit, or should we say that conception, that little idea, that belief, the little small inkling of that belief. It's really easy for that to like trickle up from your subconscious in these critical moments of our decision making, when we're trying to push ourselves to become better, to increase our ambition to go out there and experience more in these different environments. For example, have you ever had a friend, or yourself, like, have you ever tried to go out to a different environment, like to just like let's say you're going to go to a wealth seminar, to a business seminar, to a summit, or to just like a fucking party, right? Have you ever just gone to a party and say, you know what, I'm going to go to this party, it's going to be cool, I have no expectations, like it's going to be a great time, you conceptualize it, you're in your mind, you're with the ideas, you're flowing with it, you're dancing, you're partying, you're hard rocking, you're doing all that, but then something happens, right? The moment comes, like that pivotal like 5 seconds before you're about to open that door, you're getting there, you're about to open the door, it's really great, a piece of you hesitates. What is it? Like, you're about to make the leap, you're about to do the thing, it's gonna happen, all you gotta do is just pull the trigger, you need to like open the door, you need to kiss the girl, but what happens? That little doubt, this is what happens. That little fucking inkling of a doubt, that little silly motherfucker in the back of your head reacts, and you hesitate. And like, usually in like the whole dating industry, it's like, oh yeah, instead of kissing the girl, what did they do? Or rather, what didn't they do? They didn't kiss the girl. And then they feel like shit because their identity and the idea and the conception, this thing they had in their mind, didn't go as they planned, and then that, you know what I mean, in turn becomes a vicious downward spiral itself. So, given that idea, given that conception, my thing here that we're going to relate with the book right now, I'm going to keep it really simple, really short, is that how can we turn that on its head? Right? How can we turn that on its head? And I'm going to give you the story right now. Inside the book here, if you haven't already, and like I already said, totally cool, great self-image psychology book reference, which is Psycho-Cybernetics. The main author, which is Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he's a plastic surgeon, don't need to tell you the story about it. He has a PhD, MD, whatever you want to call it. One of his associates' names is Professor Dr. Alfred Adler, fucking German names and all these things. Like, it confuses me. I don't know how to say their names, and I don't know. But we're gonna go with it. When he was a young boy, okay, when this doctor was a young boy, he used to be a student in a math class. They called it arithmetic back then. If you're like too young to watch this, and you don't know what the word arithmetic means, it just means math. And basically, let's put it simple. He fucking sucked at math. Like, he's just a standard student, maybe 6th grade, it didn't tell you the grade in there, but like in 6th grade, this is chapter 4, he sucked at math. And he had a teacher at the time who realized that, like, oh yeah, because my student, Professor Adler, the guy who's a doctor now, this kid, he sucks, so this is the teacher's perspective of the student, projecting this onto the student. Teacher said, this student's grades are so fucking bad, they're horrible, they're ridiculous, that I don't think he's ever, like, I don't know what it is, I don't think he's ever gonna be able to actually ever become good at math, or anything at all, for that one fact. It's pretty dramatic, right? Okay, it's not that bad. So what did he do next, though? Professor Adler, when he was a kid at the time, he's like, that's a little harsh, I mean, like, if that was you or me, I'd be like, what the fuck, why would you say that to me? You're my teacher, you're supposed to motivate me. No, he passively accepted it, but wait, there's more. Here's what else the fucking teacher did. Because this teacher was so enthusiastic about his belief about that, he told the whole class, he influenced the whole class, that 6th grade class, Dr. Adler, the kid, who sucked at math, he influenced the whole fucking class that this kid sucks at math. He's the worst at math. Anything that he does in this class or tries to do, that math is going to be wrong. Like, just don't listen to him. He's like that fat, ugly kid over there with the jarred up face that you just don't want to look at. You don't want to listen to because you don't know what I'm saying. That was pretty over the top, but you know, we're gonna go with it. I made myself laugh there. But like, he's just like that kid, don't listen to him. And then the third step that he even did, he even told, you could read this in the book, he told Dr. Adler's parents that he believes their son is completely incapable of doing math at all, ever learning math whatsoever in his life. So now my question to you is now this. Imagine that there is a doctor, that there is a teacher, there is a person in your life that has consistently been throwing their beliefs on you, not your beliefs, their beliefs of you and their opinions of you into your life consistently, trying to always mold the way you think you are. And because of this, them passively doing this and their beliefs, and they're so enthusiastic with it, they're influencing other people, and these other people that are getting influenced, they're now looking at you and they're telling you the same thing. How is that going to shape your identity? More importantly, how is that going to shape your belief in yourself to grow, to become more, to do more, right? It's not. Like, it's just like, it's a negative vicious cycle that's multiplying, and not only is it multiplying, right, it's coming back at you, and it's fucking bad. Anyways, the point is this, it's like bringing it all home and making it fucking awesome, is that one day, the same teacher that said he fucking sucked at it, the teacher put on, like, basically, I guess the way he put it was an impossible math problem for all of the students to not figure out. Like, none of the students in the class couldn't figure it out. And teacher knew the answer, but none of the students can figure it out. But what happened? Here's the cool thing that happened about Professor Adler at that time as a kid, was that he saw it. He saw the question on the board. He's like, you know, I think I know the answer to this. And he raised his hand up. He's like, teacher, I think I got the answer. And what did the fucking teacher do? The teacher laughed. She chuckled. You raise your hand to get, like, respond to the questions, like, I got the answer. Can you pick me? Like, you fly, do some jumping jacks and shit. It's not working, right? It's not fucking working. And the teacher's like, ha 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 ha. Probably some chick. Fat chick. It said chick. Like, it said, like, lady in there. And she was laughing at him. The students laughed. And then the kid, Dr. Adler, like a champ. This is where you come back in. This is where we bring it all home. Like a champ. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. He gets up from his desk. He grabs his marker. I don't know where he gets the marker. He says he grabs his marker. He goes up to the board. And he's looking at, this is the board. He's like looking at the board. Writes the formula out. And the teacher's looking at him. What? In disbelief. Oh, shit. That's right. And it was at that point, that sparking point, right when, like, Adler, the kid who thought he couldn't do it, when he solved that problem, it all went away. His confidence switched. It flipped. He didn't become like a fucking stud or something. He's not, although he is like a great, proven medical doctor, PhD, and philosopher, whatever you want to call that now. But what this has to do with you, though, is that when we use that fuel of proving people wrong, and when you know who you are, or maybe you don't even have like an idea of what you are, but you have like this image of this thing that you want, and like the passion behind that, of wanting to get that and knowing what you're capable of, just naturally what you are and what you do and how you experience your life and the way you pursue that, being able to freely express that outside of the opinions of others, and then going out there and then boom, getting the result you want, being right about it, and then seeing it, what that does for you and what it does for us is it solidifies within ourselves our belief system, our self-image, our confidence, our certainty, our power, and our ability. And I don't want to use the word potential because that's a little much, but I know that's all like well said, that's all really crazy, and that was kind of like a long-winded story, even though it's kind of full. Cool, because I'm like very charming and I got fluffy hair, and sometimes it's like fluffy, other times it's suave, I don't know what's going on. But ultimately, it's what we should be doing this whole time. Now, that said, take that in mind. I'm gonna give you these 3 big things that you need to be aware of this coming 2020 when it comes to experiencing that kind of feedback from the world, from other people's decisions, from your friends, your family, some of the I don't want to say your family, but some of like your close social circle that like maybe they don't believe in you. And the other the flip side of that sort is, why do you have them around so for? Why have them around? Why? Alright. Are you ready? Cool. So I know this video is like 12 to 15 minutes in. I'm sorry. I was trying to keep it at fucking 7, maybe even 8 at the max. I really do apologize. I'm gonna over-deliver. That's how I'm gonna really go. So I'm just gonna try to give you as much valuable information all at once on this final video, so that way you can go back to fucking conquering your path and like culturing these awesome lifestyle abundant skills into your life every day, one day at a time. Cool. So that said, the first thing that I want you to take into mind, that at least I know I have and my mentors have, that they always queue up, that becomes the by far #1 on this list. That's why I'm saying it. It's the #1 thing that you need to be aware of, that you're consistently going to be finding when you go out to try to take action on your ambition, on your vision, on your dream, on your goal, to talk to the girl, to set up new relationships, to network with better people, to do whatever basically you want to do, to just go to your 9-to-5 job if that's what you do, or play a Twitch video game crew style. Like, I play video games every so often, not a lot, but when I do, like, we're playing Twitch. I have friends that play Twitch too, and like they have like leagues, and they do tournaments, and like they have the things on, like, to lead. Not just play it, but to be that leader, like the cooperative, communicative leader, and to go out there and organize it, even though you're all in different houses, to be that leader who's vocal, to have that energy, right? So the first thing that you need to be aware of, and that I'm telling you, and sharing rather, is state control. For me, basically, it's the ability to remain congruent physically, energetically, and mentally, spiritually, with my thoughts, my actions, my beliefs, and myself, my identity with who I am. So I'm assuming that you know what you are, what you're about, kind of like, or at least have an inkling of what you're about, or what you want to be about, or where you want to go. That's fine. Not everybody knows what they want to go. That's fine, because it's always adapting anyway. The point is, you must be aware of where that point, that tipping point is at, to where like, I'm here, my goal's right there. I'm probably, like, I want to be in the middle at least. Like, reason why you want to be in the middle is because in that middle, that's where you can get all of your momentum, your energetic boosts. But the question is, what are the 3 things, what are the 5 things that you can do on a small, like, what do you have to eat regularly to, like, help keep your health up in better shape. Your health, though, has to become a priority to the point to where you are aware of your mind and how it's feeling when you're drifting off when you're reading a book, if you read a book, or if you're playing a game and you're drifting off, to be able to whip yourself back up and zap the fucking room with your tonality. And then if you have to, because you start scaring people as you do that, especially if you're in public, it's like, bring it back down, mix it up, and like dance and be silly. And just accept it, though, because that allows you, me, to become, and be, rather, I don't even want to say become, because you already are it, to be that fearless, authentic human being that you are. And like, it's just you demonstrating that. And like, as we talked about earlier with the self-image and beliefs, it allows you to now reaffirm to your unconscious mind that you have this belief now, you're acting or behaving as such, as the belief that you want to become. That's now proof for your unconscious mind. You have the thing, and you've done it, that's proof, and then you got an outcome. Whether it was good or bad, doesn't matter, because like the result usually is just fucking random anyway. You can always adjust it. But now you have a positive, affirming proof of the fact in the past, recently, that you've done it and it was successful. Meaning, anything from this point forward, after you get to like this state control and you're in this momentum, you feel fantastic. Somebody can like, as long as somebody doesn't like shit in your Cocoa Puffs, your cereal, like your day is pretty good. Like if somebody shits in your Cocoa Puffs and you eat it, that's your fault. So just because a workout is hard, right, doesn't mean it's not gonna be like a great session. What do you usually think when you're going through a tough workout? Like you at first beforehand, you weren't able to lift up the 45-pound dumbbell, but now you can curl it like 3 to 5 times, like maybe for sets, for 3 sets, 3 to 5 times. Each time, boom, both arms. But before, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, you couldn't do that. You're doing it with 40s. And then 2 months ago, you're doing it with 35s. So that progressive development and the consistency and your energy getting boosted, all of that is like a muscle that actively influences your creativity and imagination. Does that make sense? So your imagination and your creativity, this ability to be creative and imaginative with yourself and going through adversity and like challenging yourself and winning, coming out on the other side winning, that grows like a muscle. I'm going to repeat it. This is the last time. It grows like a muscle the more you test it. So the point of this part of the video is test it like a motherfucker. Push yourself off of that deep end and then just challenge yourself to come right back. Like, safely and responsibly. Cool? Love this one. So we basically just said it. And it's going to be the shortest one. I have one rule. One rule. Okay. I even have a product of it. It's called the 1 Decision a Day Challenge. And the first rule on that list, there's 3 rules. But the first rule on that list, it's really simple, is just show up. Doesn't matter how you feel. Like, it's generic. I know. It doesn't matter how you fucking feel. If you have to be angry about it, if you have to fucking pout, if you gotta like throw shit away, it doesn't matter. Show up. Do it anyway. Do the thing you have to do. Sit through the pain. Go through it. Right? Just show up. Like, that's literally 50, like, again, I hate using the gym analogy, but it's the simplest one that we can, like, accept, and it's the easiest, most seeable, provable, I suppose we could say, like, it's concrete, we can touch it. Hypothesis, like, image that we can grasp onto. Like, so, 50%, actually, it's fucking 75% of all of the work and effort that I think that's what I was thinking about. 75% of all the effort and energy that goes into actually going to the gym and not getting the results outside of the diet and like just doing it is showing up. For me, example, I hate using me, but I'm going to use you one more time. I use me so many times. I feel like so used by myself. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm very funny. 75% of my entire battle for working out and eating well is just showing up to the gym, like a block away from the gym. And then you gotta admit, like, if you lived literally 1 block away from the gym, like, you can walk there. Ridiculous. It's raining outside, your car, you don't even want to jump on your car, but you're just like, you know what, fuck it, why not? Let's just go for a walk. Walk there. You're sick, who gives a shit? Go to the gym. But go there, obviously, like, when there's nobody there, so you don't affect people. But like, go to the gym, just walk there. Get your shoes on, put your fucking pants on your fat ass, and like, go and walk to the gym. Get there. Stretch, do whatever you gotta do. But the 75% of your entire battle and all of your results, you can see the 80-20%, 80-20 rule, whatever, by Pareto, later, whatever you want to talk about on that, is that like, 80% of all your results are going to come from the 20% of effort that you put into that, like, walking. After that, it's just you get in the gym, you showed up. Oh, look, environment, people working. Yeah. They're not doing that. Hopefully they're not doing that. But, like, you know what I mean? That influences itself. And then you come home. So that's the last and final rule. Just show up. So let's go over that one last time. All of them. No explanations. The first rule that we just broke up and explained. Stay control. Second rule. creativity through imagination. Third rule, just show up. We're done.